Hey everyone, hope you're doing great. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 ways to deal with arthritis and specifically osteoarthritis. Now, there's different types of arthritis. Some involve the autoimmune function and different facets, but osteoarthritis is that classic wear and tear arthritis. It's the arthritis that you think about usually probably with older people where they can't move as much, they're really stiff. That's the one we're going to talk about. And I'll always tell you where I'm coming from. What lens do I look through it? I believe with the human body that we should always be stewards of this body. We should take care of these bodies. We have a duty to, because if we want a good life, it's going to take work. And we should maximize the natural side. Now, of course, you're going to work with your family doctor. You're going to work with other professionals. And they're amazing people because they have the same intent. But where chiropractic is different, where my philosophy is different, we're just saying, work with those people, get their guidance, whatever they say. But what do we as people, what's our end of the deal? What's our responsibility? And what can we do to help that situation where we can go natural? If another intervention is required, we're minimizing our dependence on that. But we're going to do our absolute best to work on our body, go natural, because we want a good quality of life. Now, if you feel like health is not a priority, the reality is at some point it will catch up to you. And I hope when you listen to this video, you catch this information early enough that you can make a change. Because the reality is with a human body, we're born, healthy, strong, vibrant, and we have to take care of it. But if we're not putting in the time and energy, it will catch up to you. It'll affect your quality of life. It affects performance. And no one deserves that. And there's a way that as you get older, you should enjoy life, have a good quality of life. And that's what I want for you. In case you're watching for the first time, by the way, my name's Dr. Sandy. I've been practicing chiropractic. Time just flies. But yes, I've done 25 years, so I'm going into my 26th year of practice and just feel blessed, excited. It's such an honor to go to work and help people see where they start, see that journey, see them get better. And it's such an honor to be part of that process. So let's jump into it. We're going to talk about the top 5 ways to deal with osteoarthritis. So first of all, what is it? So this is the type where there's that wear and tear of the joints. Now, where does this occur? And I thought this was powerful. I was reading up on this. It's on highly used joints and weight-bearing joints. So what are areas we're using? Knees, hips, those kind of joints are obviously used actively and they are weight-bearing. It can also affect the top area of the spine, the lower spine, but it's a major issue. Now, it can go into your hands and fingers, obviously, and again, high use areas. But if we really look at it, the vulnerable areas are actually the spine, are actually hips, knees, because these are weight bearing and it can be throughout the body. But these are kind of the top areas. And, I think sometimes we've been taught that, like, okay, you're going to get older and you're just going to fall apart. And I think we need to look at that differently. Of course, as we get older, there might be some limitations. When you're 62, you may not feel like you're 22, but I think what we have to be careful with is if we fall into this thing, like you get older, you're going to fall apart and you feel passive, you feel like there's nothing you can do, it will not be a good picture. But if we're like, okay, look, I may not feel like I'm in my 20s, but I'm getting older, but there's things I should be doing daily to enhance quality of life. What I like to see, look, the reality is we have X amount of time on the earth you're going to live. And I think what should happen is you should have a good quality of life throughout. And then obviously life ends. What I don't want to see for people is that you live your life, but as time passes that, every month, year, and just time as it passes, it gets worse and worse and worse. I think we should do everything in our power to have that good quality of life. And there are things, and if you look at the research, there's so many things we can do to help the body. And then the other thing sometimes is like, we think like, okay, yeah, you're getting old, this happens. Then we're also taught maybe genetics. And again, if you know you're high risk for certain things, I just hear that as just do more stuff. If this runs in your family, just do more stuff to help it, to minimize that. I think that's what we should do. And maybe you won't get like 100%, but even if you work on your body, you get like 80%, 90%, good quality of life. You're taking care of yourself. You look at your friends and go, wow, like compared to a lot of my friends, I just have more energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm in a better mood because you've worked on your body. So let's realize that, yeah, okay, maybe there's some limitations. I can't do everything that I did when I was younger, but let's have a good quality of life. And why do we want that? I think the biggest thing is every human being on earth wants is independence. They want freedom. That's what we should strive for. I think you love your family, but you don't want to be a burden to the family. No one wants that. And it starts as soon as possible. I think people should be taking care of their health from a young age, working on it throughout their life. I think saying, I'll just focus on my career, I'll throw myself in career, and I'm not going to worry about my health until I get older. That's something older people do. I think that's a dangerous model. I think you should work on your health constantly. I think you need to, because the thing is also, if for 40, 50, 60 years, you never took care of yourself, are you really going to change? Maybe you can, but I think a better journey would be to say, hey, throughout my life, I've been doing this. And I will say that if you've never taken care of your body and you start to change, that's good. It's possible, but sooner the better. And if you're also looking at this and maybe you're in your 70s and you're like, I've never taken care of my health, let's do something. Let's do one thing to make it better. There's always room for improvement. That's my philosophy. Man, I really went on that, didn't I? Okay, so let's get into it. So what are things we can do to minimize the impact of arthritis or things like that? So number one, we got to move. And the benefits, you have to start looking at the human body. This machine is designed to move. This engineering marvel, this human body is designed to move. When we don't move, things close up, things break down. And the way I'm going to look at it is that the body's kind of like, well, if you don't need these resources, if you don't need good health, mobility, I won't give it to you. But your body's adapting to its stimulus. So what stimulus are you giving the body? What positive pressure are you giving to the body? So if you're moving and you're walking, that in a way is like a positive pressure. The body's like, oh, this person's moving. I need to keep them healthy. I'm going to keep the joints healthy. I'm going to keep the nervous system healthy. I'm going to keep the circulation going because this person has stuff to do. I better adapt. But if you're not moving, that's when things break down. So walking is the best. Now, as I make this video, it's winter in Canada, it's February, and by this time I'm like, man, I am just looking forward to spring. But we need to walk. You can walk in your house, you can walk in your spot, you can walk when you're watching your favorite TV shows or podcasts. You can go to the local mall, you can join the gym. There's really no excuse. It's free, you can do it anywhere. You got to move. Swimming would also be good. Resistance bands, I'm a huge fan of that. Very safe on the body as well. Yoga, Tai Chi, some kind of movement, something that makes you happy, but make a commitment. I personally try for 20 to 30 minutes a day to do some kind of movement, and I'm good. I'm not perfect, but I'm good. Most days I'm doing some kind of movement, so please make that part of your lifestyle. You will minimize the impact of arthritis. Number two, you got to look at your food. What foods would be good? Obviously, drinking water, because a big thing, if you look at the research, chronic inflammation seems to contribute to arthritis. So we want to have things like obviously water. My background, I'm obviously Indian, South Asian. So turmeric, ginger, these things have been in the Indian diet, the South Asian diet for like generations. And, the more we look at the research, it actually helps with arthritis. So things like having ginger, put, a little bit of ginger in hot water, great for you. Turmeric, good for you. These are things that help minimize the impact of arthritis. Berries, so fruits are good, but specifically the berry family, strawberries, blueberries, very good for arthritis, greens as well. And then, these things sound obvious, but I got to say it, the processed man-made stuff is hard on the body. Sugar, inflammatory. Alcohol, inflammatory. So you are leading to a situation, who knows what other health issues it can start, but for this conversation with arthritis, it's contributing to that. So if you're older and you're listening to this and you have stiffness in your body, maybe the one thing you can do is just say, you know what, I'm done with alcohol, or minimize alcohol, right? Or you're listening to this and you're like, you know what, I need to drink more water. Let's do that. Just do one thing out of this video. That would be great. The next thing, obviously, as well, that we should be mindful, if someone is overweight, that's more stress on the joints, more stress on the body, which is a higher chance of arthritis. So if that's something you're working on, it kind of ties into what I'm saying before. We want to be moving, we want to eat good, but if you can even try to lose a few pounds, less stress on the joints, less arthritis, that's always a good thing as well. And then obviously the big thing I'm going to say as well, sleep. Sleep is when the body repairs itself. It's a very precious time of the day. Massive repair occurring, low inflammation occurring. It's just this amazing power wash for the body. All the gunk and all that stuff is getting pushed to the side. But when you sleep well, low inflammation, and low inflammation means less arthritis. So that's something we can do as well. If you're listening to this, maybe you sleep 5 hours, try to sleep 6, try to sleep before midnight. Look at the quality of sleep. But if you can do that, that'd be great. And then the biggest thing is, yes, chiropractic is very helpful for people with arthritis. You are restoring motion into the spine. So just imagine the spine's there in misaligns, maybe due to physical, emotional stress, whatever it is. It misaligns, you keep it there for weeks, months, and decades. Now you have arthritis. But imagine we had proper motion in the spine, the nerve system's flowing the way it should. You're helping muscle groups, you're helping circulation, you're preventing degeneration. Chiropractic is a very powerful way to help people with arthritis, but it's a preventative system as well. So chiropractic has a huge bearing on arthritis as well. So, you start to look at this picture and you're like, wait a minute, if I move more, I eat better, I watch my weight, if I take care of the spine, if I'm getting sleep, if I'm doing all these things, you can really have a good quality of life. And the cool thing is when you move, you're also helping your heart. When you eat better, you're also helping your heart. You're helping other systems. There's so much overlap. When you're getting adjusted, the nerve flow is better. Repair processes are better. Less inflammation. Your sleep. The good thing is when you follow these principles, it's going to help other parts of your body on top of the arthritis anyway. So please implement these things. I want you to have the best life possible. And we're here to serve. My whole office, Powerful Chiropractic, we are here to serve. So first, number one, if you have any question whatsoever, maybe it's regarding arthritis for you or someone you care about, or just some general questions about health, we're here for you. Call our office, 905-896-3393. Visit me on the web, gopowerflow.com. And then if you're ready to take the next step, we would love to offer a free spinal checkup where we will do a full digital assessment using our computers, using our special software. And we can look at the nerve system, we can look at the spine, get information and say, okay, what's going on? Is this a spinal issue? Can we help? We're here for you. Because if you're looking for a natural, conservative way to work with the body, and if you'd like, if you can, to avoid the painkillers, the medication, you're just looking for something natural, we'd love to help. We'd like to see if we can help. So call our office with questions. Call to make a checkup. It's free. Get a chance to see where your nerve system, where your spine is at. So again, 905-896-3393. The website's gopowerflow.com. My name's Dr. Sandy. I only wish you the best. Have amazing health. Be aggressive about your health. Get on top of it. Inspire other people. You deserve the best life possible. And when you work on your health, it pays off. God bless you, and I wish you only the best.